Hello there, boys and girls. Today we're going to do some reviewing in math. And today's objective is to classify and find two objects that you can share a visual pattern with, a color that's the same, or how they're used together. But first, as we do our lessons each day, we usually start off with some counting. And so what you need to do is find your hand mat. So flip through your cards until you get to the mat. And then you'll also need to get out your 5 beans. Now if we need a little extra time, we can stop the video to allow everyone to get their materials out. The first thing is to take 1 bean out of your bag and put it on your mat. And if you'll notice at the bottom of your mat, there are 5 circles. So that's where we're starting. Take 1 bean and place it on the first circle. Count how many beans are on your mat. 1, that's correct. Now take the second bean out of your bag and place it on the second circle. Take a third bean out, place it on the third circle. Now take your 4th bean out, place it on the 4th circle. And your 5th bean is going to go on that 5th circle. So now let's count how many beans we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job counting your beans. Now let's touch and count them as we place them on our fingers. So move 1 bean to the pinky finger on your hand mat. How many fingers have a bean? 1, that's correct. How many fingernails are under that bean? 1, yes. Is that exactly the same number? Yes, it is. Now let's place our second bean on the second finger, the one next to the pinky finger. How many fingers have a bean now? Correct. There's 2 fingers with the bean on them now. Place your third bean on a finger. How many beans do we have covering fingernails now? You can recount. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now place your 4th bean on the 4th finger and your 5th bean on the 5th finger. How many fingers have a bean? How many fingernails are under the beans? Yes, all 5 fingers have beans and all 5 fingernails are covered with beans. Is this exactly the same number? You're correct. It is. Same number. So you're getting really good at counting beans and fingers. Now we're going to play a game called Show Me Beans. So I'll say the number and you put that many beans on the fingernails. So place all of your beans back down on the 5 circles below the hand. That's where we'll begin. So ready? Show me 1. Quick, show me 2. Show me 1. Show me 2. Show me 3. Show me 2. Show me 3. Show me 4. Show me 3. Quick, show me 4. Now show me 5. Show me 4. And show me 5 again. Good job moving your beans to your fingernails very quickly. Now it's time for our application problem. You need to take out your journal. So as you're doing that, you may place your hand mat back into your bag. You may also make sure all of your beans, count your beans, make sure they're in your baggie, and place that back in your math bag as well. And set your math bag under your chair. And once you've done those directions and your journal is open to today's application problem page, then we're ready to begin our problem of the day. So we may stop the video if boys and girls need extra time cleaning up and putting materials away and getting to their page. Of course, you'll notice the tab is there for you to open to the page for today. So next you're going to draw two circles that are the same but a different color. So you get to decide what colors you'd like to use. Just make sure that the lines that you draw are connected and that they are round so that you're making a circle. This is a great way for us to review our shapes as well as colors and for you to follow directions. We'll stop the video for everyone to have a chance to draw their circles, two different colors. Good job, boys and girls. Now we're going to look at the two circles that I have on the board. So these two circles, notice that my lines are completely round and that they connect. And that's how we know that that's a circle. There are no corners, no straight lines, and so that's how we form our circles. Now I chose the two colors, blue and green. You had a choice. You could make your colors, choose any colors, and it was totally up to you as long as they are different, that they are not the same. Good job on your application problem for today. So you may take your journal and close it up and put that back under your chair. Next, look at the board. We're going to have a teddy bear tea party. And so Teddy Bear has a plate. What do you see on Teddy Bear's plate? What do you notice? Raise your hand to let us know what you see. Give students a few minutes to, we may stop the video if we need to. But yes, there are stripes. And yes, what color do you see are the stripes? Yes, they're blue and white. So next, Teddy Bear wants a cup to match his plate, and he needs to find a cup that has the same striped pattern. So let's find a cup that matches Teddy Bear's plate. Notice our three cups. This one is blue with white polka dots. This one has red and blue stripes. This one has blue and white stripes. So which one is the best cup that matches Teddy Bear's plate? Yes, the one with the blue and white stripes. You're correct. Are they the same color? Yes. And how do they match again? Correct. They have stripes that are the same colors and the same pattern. So next we're going to look at some objects that go together, and we're going to explain why these objects go together. So notice the plate and the fork. How were these used together? So give students a few minutes to think about that and to share their ideas. Next, we're going to learn how to say the sentence putting these things together and how they're used. So I want you to practice saying the sentence after me. I use a fork and plate for eating. So give students an opportunity to share. I use a fork and plate for eating. Yes, ready? Now we're going to look at the next two objects. Raise your hand when you can say the sentence about these two items. Ready? Let me stop the video to give students an opportunity to raise their hand and share how the paper and pencil are alike. Making sure that they say the sentence correctly. When you go back to your seat, you're going to find a bag of items. So I want you to first match the items. Then I want you to tell your partner how they are used together. Remember to say the whole sentence just like we practice. So we'll stop the video so that students can play the matching game together. Next, it's time to do our problem set of the day. This is a good time for you to show me what you've learned. And so the front of the page has some objects. There's first a teacup on one side, a triangle, a pair of pants, and a hat. And then on the other side are some other items. And you want to match the items that you believe would go together, and then be able to explain why they would be able to go together. And it's another good opportunity for you to use our sentence that we practiced today too. And then on the back, after you finish the front, turn it over, and you'll notice that there are 3 items on the left-hand side, and then there's 2 items here with a line, 2 more items with a line, and then 2 other items. And so what you're going to do is look at the first thing, which is a basketball net, and you find the kind of ball that's going to go with the basketball net. And when you found that, I want you to circle the correct answer. The next one is a bowl, so find what would go with a bowl, which object, and then a paintbrush, what would go with that object. So give students a few minutes to do this problem set activity. So stop the video, and when everyone's ready and finished, then we can go over the answers. So now it's time to go over the answers. Notice how the teacup goes with the plate. They have the same pattern, they match. It makes sense that those 2 items would go together. Next, we have a red triangle that goes with a red oval. A pair of pants would go with a shirt, and the hat goes with the other hat. Notice some of these have patterns, such as the hats that match. Notice the pants have one design while the shirt has another. They're different colors, but we know that a pair of pants and a shirt are 2 objects that would go together. Next, we look at the shapes. We notice that they're the same color, different shapes, but because we can sort shapes and put them together, that's how they match. And then, of course, our teacup and our plate just goes together because that's how we use them. So turn your paper on to the back and let's check. And you will notice that the basketball net goes obviously with the basketball. Our bowl goes with our spoon. And our paintbrush goes with a paint palette. It has colors on it. So next we're going to go through our student debrief. This is the part of our lesson where we review and make sure we understand that we were able to classify 2 objects that share a visual pattern, color, or use. And so as I ask each question, raise your hand. The video can be stopped if need be so that students can answer. So what are some ways that we made a match today? How can you tell if 2 items match? Can you think of things at home that are used together? And what are some things at home that are not used together? Our exit ticket today has shapes to where you can match. You're either matching the design that's on them, the pattern that's on them, or think about ways that those shapes would go together. Make sure you draw a line from each shape, the one that goes where its match is. And then on the back, you're going to find 3 items, a pair of shoes, an egg, and some socks. And so I want you to circle the 2 items that go together. Good job, boys and girls. Thank you.